Sorry. Yawning. Oh, it's recording. I have to cut that bit. I was yawning.
It's fine, we can edit the beginning bit. Mm-hmm. It's not on Facebook just yet.
Yeah, I definitely need a light. It's like I've got a big shadow over me. I think I've come out of the woods or something.
Okay, I'm going to press play now. All right. Hello, Jem.
Hello.
So this week's topic is taking things personally.
Personally, yeah.
And we wanted to discuss this because we are well aware that we do take things personally. Can you remember last time you took something personally, Jem?
I'm trying to think because it was only the other day. I don't know. It's all the time. Like where it just hits a bit of a nerve and you think, oh.
And you get a
dig at me. Yeah. Maybe before I rang my sister.
Yeah.
And to ask something, she seemed like agitated, and when I got off the phone, I thought, oh God, I wonder whether she's in a mood with me. But she wasn't. But it's just popped into my head. It's weird. Obviously, nothing's happened, and she's probably just stressed or busy. But it's just like just weird things just pop in your head, don't they?
Yeah, like when someone's tone of voice changes.
Yeah, or they seem blunt.
A bit, like not as flowy. They're a bit more like short and curt.
Yeah.
It does bother you, doesn't it? Like you just feel a bit weird, like there's something not quite right, and then you start to like say, oh, maybe I did something, like maybe it was something I did before or whatever.
Yeah, it's weird because like I don't know when I started taking things personal, because I never used to, I don't think. And then it's like you start thinking, oh, maybe it is something I'm doing, or I've done something. And I suppose it just makes you worry because you're just thinking you're going about your day, and then all of a sudden you just start feeling like a certain way, don't you, about it? I can't explain the feeling. It's like a sabotaging, like your mind sabotaging your day or something, isn't it?
Yeah,
especially not even happened.
Do you get it? Like, say when you're in a really good mood and you're really happy, and then you just, like, say you speak to a friend or you speak to your family member or your kids, whatever, and then they're not as happy and open as you are, and you feel a bit like, oh, and then that's when it starts to come out.
Yeah, because you either start blaming them and think, oh, how dare you bring your bad mood onto me, or you start thinking, oh shit, maybe I've done something, you blame yourself. But I suppose different personalities, some people just not even, and they won't even notice the energy.
Yeah, I think it depends on the other person as well. So say, for example, if it's someone like some colleague or family member that is always in a bad mood, or not always, but mostly in a bad mood, mostly angry, you kind of I don't really maybe initially when I first meet them, say it's a new colleague, and
Yeah, you think, oh God, they don't
I'd
like
think,
me or whatever.
is it me? Have I done something? But then after a while of working with them or being around them for a few years or whatever, you realise actually they act like that with everyone else.
Yeah, it's
but
just
it's
their
not
nature.
about me. But
Mm-hmm.
when someone is normally quite open and chatty, and then all of a sudden they're a bit different,
Yeah, it's like
that's when I notice it.
Yeah, I know, it's weird because you can't put your finger on it. It's like you know, and then sometimes you'll be like, oh, are you all right? And they'll be like, yeah, I'm fine. And then you think, oh shit, they're not fine, clearly, but is it me, or is something happened? Or
you see, I do say that I'm fine sometimes, but not because I'm annoyed. So say for example it's me, the person who's not in a great mood.
Yeah.
I might say, yeah, I'm fine, especially if I'm living with the person, because I know it's not about them.
Yeah.
But maybe I am in a bad mood and I just don't really want to discuss it.
Yeah.
So I just kind of say, yeah, I'm fine, because I know it's not in relation to that person.
Yeah, because I think that's what tends to go wrong in my house bit, because sometimes I'll get ratty, like say like if I've got like when I'm busy doing stuff and I'm on the phone, I'll have the phone, and if my earphones have run out of battery for some reason, I'll think, oh, I'll start getting agitated, but I'm not agitated at the person that I'm talking to. I'm just getting a crick neck and I'm getting agitated, but I still want to talk to them. So then I start getting all agitated, and it's like they can then feel it through the phone, and then I start thinking, I don't want to sort of say why, because it seems so silly why I'm getting really agitated because I'm like that, you know, but I'm just thinking it's just little things like that where I suppose it's a miscommunication as well, you know, where you don't, you know, when you struggle to communicate your feelings
but
in a good way.
Sometimes you just don't want to, like for example, if Faisal asks me what's wrong, because I'm clearly not in a happy-go-lucky mood, there's something wrong. But it's something that he can't help with. So like, what's the point in me going and talking about it when number one, he might get upset because I'm upset about something, and number two, he can't help with it. So I tend to say I'm fine, even though in my head I say, I know I don't look fine, but I will be fine, like as in I will be soon, like in 5 or 10 minutes I'll be back to normal. But I don't, it's more like me trying to say like you can't really help with it. So if I talk about it, you might get upset, and then we'll talk about it, and I don't really want to discuss what I'm going through right now, or why I'm.
I think what it is though, sometimes when we are sensitive and certain people do take things personally, if there's a few people in like that together that take things personally, you can end up panicking what to say, because they might take it personally. Even you saying, oh, I don't want to discuss it with you now, that could trigger someone to take it personally, whereas obviously Faisal's like, oh, okay then, because he's obviously fine. But some people would find that a bit, oh, right, fine then, because what was it the other day? Yeah, that's what triggered me. It's absolutely ridiculous. I think Jay was saying, I said, oh yeah, I'll just go and I'll clean the house, I'll do this. Oh no, it's fine, I'll do all the mopping, I'll do that. So I was thinking, right, fine, then I won't do it. And I was like a bit,
because he was saying he'll do it.
So I thought, oh right, but similar is done to me. Like, it's weird, it's like similar natures where we get a bit like, oh, okay, I'm not needed.
But that's what it is.
I'm not needed.
You're kind of telling yourself something about their behaviour.
But it can also be that they're being polite and they do want you to do it, because sometimes I do want people to do stuff, but then they also don't want to feel like I'm burdening people. So they'll say, oh, I'll do that for you. And I'll be like, oh, no, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. I'll do it myself. But I'm literally clearly struggling and doing loads of other stuff. But it's like I don't want to burden people. So it's like that as well. So it's hard to know what is the right thing to say and do and whatever. That's why it comes down to taking responsibility for our own feelings, doesn't it?
Exactly. And I think, like, if you say, for example, you said to, we were living together and you said, Kelsey, I'm so stressed, can you clean the front room, or can you
Yeah.
do this? I can say no. Like, so if I actually had a full packed day and I literally had no time, I could say, Jem, I can't do it today, but I can do it first thing tomorrow morning. You know what I mean? Like, even though you might think you're burdening someone, they can say
it's
no.
up to that. That's up to them whether they do the job or not, or whether they take it on. Because obviously, when deep down, you know when someone's taking the piss, don't you? And like getting to do loads of stuff, and then you're like, oh,
but sometimes you do take, like, say for example, if there's loads of washing to do or like pots or something, and you live with another person, so obviously it's not you that's just left them there. There's a lot of other people that have done it as well. Sometimes I take that personally as,
I do,
like, I'm being disrespected.
Oh my god, I actually have had actually tantrum and passive aggressive stomps with, I'm hanging washing up for everyone.
And it's like you've
instead
taken
of asking
offensively that, because even you're not just annoyed at the pots or at the washing, you're annoyed because you're telling yourself that those
people don't respect you.
That's basically,
that is 100% me. I do that a lot, like, because I feel, and especially I think, I don't know whether it's where I think, how dare people like think that women are supposed to be doing all this work, you know, like with my son and stuff. I'm thinking, hang on a minute, what's going on here? And then I start taking it completely personal and really taking it to heart, like it's done deliberately, like to take the piss.
But it's not good. And like, for me, there's some days where I'm really tired and I'm like, literally, I'm not even gonna wash those pots, I'm just going straight to bed. And if they're still there the next morning, then, you know, the other person just has to either clean them, or I'll clean them when I can, but I won't do it. I won't be like, oh, I'm gonna do it because they're there and I'm pissed off that they're there, because if I do that, I'm not doing it from a place of I genuinely want to wash these pots. I'm doing it like as a sort of anger, martyr. And then also what I've also learned is that I learned this from Morgan, actually, even though Morgan can be a bit annoying, but I did learn from him that everyone does things in their way and in their time. So just because someone's not doing something on your time frame or in your way does not mean that they don't care about you or they're disrespecting you. It just means that they work in a different way to you do.
They just live their life in a different way.
Maybe a bit more slower paced or whatever. Like, it's just a bit, it's different. And I think that is, you can take it personally when someone doesn't respond to something in the same way you would respond. So, like, say a friend, for example, say you were sick and a friend didn't contact you. You might think that's because they don't care, but on their side, they might think, oh, I don't want to keep pestering them because they're sick.
Because I'd probably feel that oh, I don't want to bug them or keep asking them, because they might, I bet loads of people have been asking them, so I think, oh, I'll just,
I'm the same. But in school, when I was in high school, one of my friends got quite sick and we had mobile phones at the time, and I messaged her like once and I didn't really contact her after that, because I just thought, oh, I don't want to keep messaging her because she's recovering. She had like an operation. But she was really mad at me because she took it as I don't care about her. But it wasn't. I said, it's not that I don't care. In my mind, I was caring by not contacting you.
I know, I do things like that, and then you think, because some people do like loads of, like, because when I'm ill, I'm like, thinking, oh no, I'm fine, because I'm so independent. I'm thinking, oh God, I don't want anyone to know that I'm weak and ill. I'll just pretend I'm fine. And if they keep contacting me, I'll be like, I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. And it'll only be like they'll come round and I'm probably half dying that they'll find out. But it's weird, because it's like, because I don't want to burden people, but they might take that as like, oh fine then, like I'm trying to help.
Yeah, exactly. And they could
get insulted,
not wanting to speak to them. They could take that personally, as in you don't want to be friends with them anymore or something.
Yeah, when it's not the case, is it? It's just everyone has different ways of dealing with things.
Yeah.
But it is hard.
It's really hard for me. Like, I think the hardest one is obviously with close relationships. So like when my friends, if say I go through a phase of talking to them quite often, like a lot, and then all of a sudden I'm still trying to talk to them, but they're not contacting me as much. I take it personally, and I've had to learn to just accept that in this moment, at this moment in time, we're not as close as we were. And stop trying to force it. What I do, I'd be telling myself that, oh, we're not close. If you don't contact them, you're not going to be as close anymore. You're not going to be good friends. I'd start judging myself and say, you're a bad friend if you don't reach out to them. But what I didn't realize was they weren't also reaching out to me. But it doesn't mean that we're not friends. It just meant that at that moment we weren't in contact as much.
And I think it depends on your relationship with them as well, because obviously if we don't contact each other, I would probably think, oh, that's weird, but I wouldn't take it personally. I'd probably just think, oh, you are just busy. But because you're my cousin, and like the same with my sister, I wouldn't take it the same as if it was a friend or a partner that you with, and all of a sudden they just go all like funny. You'd notice it more with certain relationships, wouldn't you? Because obviously I just wouldn't feel weird messaging you, but if it was a friend, I'd probably think, oh God, maybe they just don't want to hear off me. Whereas you, it wouldn't even enter my head.
Exactly.
Like, I wouldn't think. I just think that you were just busy and that was it. I wouldn't just sort of like, I know. Like you've got this. It is definitely affects different relationships that you have with people. Maybe it's a trust thing and a relaxed.
I don't know, because like with Soph, I feel like that with Soph. Like if we don't speak for ages, like I don't think anything of it. I just kind of think like, oh, we're busy, and even if she hasn't replied to like 4 messages or something, I'll still message her, and then she'll reply and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I've been busy, blah blah blah. And I know that, like you say, with certain friends, I think it's mainly the friends that I've known since I was really young, so they are like family.
Exactly. So it's a sort of a different sort of relationship, isn't it? And it's like you just sort of
you've built up that trust with someone over like years and
a pattern of their character and their behaviour and stuff, and like you're not going to be let down by them and stuff. It's like you just know. Whereas I suppose if it's like, I don't know, maybe a new relationship, you might feel a bit, oh, they've not messaged back, or whatever. But really it's just, when some people start getting a bit, oh, why have you not messaged back? Because that, when people do that to me, I get really shocked.
When someone says, why have you not messaged?
Because I have had a few friends in the past, that I've met over the years, and one, for example, would, like, if she messaged me, I'd be like probably doing something, and I'd think, oh, and I wouldn't have read them. Why are you not messaging me back? Thanks a bunch, mate.
Whoa.
So I'd be thinking, what? And then I'd be panicking, thinking, God, I'm busy. But I realise over the years that's not appropriate behaviour. But you can see how some people are it's one extreme to the other, isn't it? Where Because
And
that's
those,
all the
like,
personal, isn't it?
those types of people that do say, why have you not messaged back, are very controlling.
Yeah, yeah,
And obviously not taking care of themselves in that
yeah,
moment, because
yeah,
even if you don't get a message back and you do feel a bit insecure about it, it's
yeah. There's a
usually
way of
because,
approaching it. Yeah,
yeah, and it's usually because you're judging yourself
mm,
about the situation. Like, she probably
yeah,
said, well, she doesn't want to speak to me anymore,
right, yeah,
or she doesn't want to be my friend anymore. But
yeah,
when you then approach the person with anger, it's your anger at yourself because you're judging yourself. But
yeah,
she obviously wasn't aware of that, and just like
yeah,
projected it all onto you.
yeah. Because then get a bit name cally. If like, oh yeah, right, yeah, you're just too busy for me, and it's like 2 seconds before I didn't even have a chance to reply. So
Yeah.
it'd be like that, but then it makes me think, oh no, I don't, and then I'd sort of go into resistance
Yeah,
because
because
it's
they're
controlling, isn't
basically
it?
pulling on you for attention.
Yeah,
They need you to respond for them to be okay.
yeah, which
It's
isn't my responsibility.
Yeah, it's not. Like, if they
Yeah,
can't be okay with not getting a reply, and if it's a new friendship or a new relationship,
yeah.
if someone doesn't reply, then that's a clear sign that they don't want to be a part of your life.
I mean, if they'd read the message and then you'd seen your two blue ticks and then they still hadn't replied and it wasn't like them, then yeah, you could put like, "Are you okay?" or something. But it was the fact that 2 seconds, not even, and then ring, ring, ring.
Yeah, then that's very controlling.
It
Like,
was really, but someone else does that in my family as well. Prizes for guessing who. Same similar dynamic. So that's why I did think it was a bit normal because that was years and years ago when I was a lot younger. So
Yeah.
I actually thought, oh God, panicking all the time, trying to please like people, thinking, that I'm responsible for their behaviour. So I
Yeah.
did take it personal, I did think, oh my God, it's my fault that they're stressed out now.
Yeah,
When
but
it wasn't.
it's not. I mean, like, fair enough, you haven't responded, but you didn't respond for, like, even if I didn't respond to someone who I'd just met, I just never responded, for
Yeah.
example. Like, I just didn't want to respond because I didn't want them in my life. Like, if
Yeah, or you didn't
what
want
you,
to carry on the
yeah,
conversation.
you don't have to. They I'm not responsible for them feeling like their feelings. Even if they feel rejected, they have to deal with that feeling and accept that I don't want them in my life. Like, they have to accept that and
Yeah, I know. I think people
helpless.
find it hard, don't they?
Yeah, it's really hard. Like, when I was younger and I used to kind of go on dates and stuff, and I'd go on, like, say 2 or 3 dates, and then the guy just wouldn't message. Like, we'd been fine for those 3 dates, messaging and everything, and then just get ghosted, like complete ghosted. I'd be
I used to do that to people.
devastated. And I don't mean I'd be upset, I mean I would be devastated. I would be crying on the bed for hours, for
I
days,
remember
the
now.
whole weekend, the whole next week. I wouldn't be crying because I'd be, at work or with friends or whatever.
But
But I
you'd be
would
like
be, like, I'd be like down. And it's because basically they have to approve of me and accept me in order for me to be okay. I couldn't be okay if they didn't want to be a part of my life. And that is a very, very unstable and insecure place to come from.
You get a lot of people doing that though, don't you, when they're going on
Does it.
dates?
Like, loads of people I know do it.
Like bunny boilerish, because like I must admit though, I did used to ghost people. Like, but the opposite to what was happening, because it was like a panic, because I'd already said, oh, don't think it's whatever, or thought I'd given the vibe of, nothing's gonna happen, nothing's going further, and clearly they didn't get the hint. And I thought, then I'd think, why are they still messaging me and putting me in this uncomfortable situation?
Yeah.
So I just thought, right, that's it, block and delete.
Mine would be like the third date we'd go out, and then I wouldn't message because I'd always used to think that it's the guy's responsibility to message. So I'd just leave it, but then they just wouldn't contact. So it wasn't like, it was obviously they just don't want to be a part of your life, and it's fine.
Because there's just something there that they're not clicking. Because it wasn't, there was nothing wrong with people, that I just didn't feel that connection. So obviously they were insulted, instead of thinking, because I think it would be like about a third date, and I think, oh no,
it's not right.
And I would say, but they wouldn't listen, wouldn't go in.
And they kept messaging and
messaging. And then I'd say, right, I'm sorry, but, we're clearly not clicking. Well, whatever, bitch. Then they'd get nasty.
Yeah, I've had to.
And I'd be like, oh my God, psychotic.
Yeah. But I didn't even I wouldn't even contact the person. I would block them in my phone because I'd be so embarrassed that after say it was like the whatever day we went on a date and got to like the third day afterwards, I think I'd accept that I'm ghosted, like they're not going to contact me. So I'd block them because I was like, well, I was so ashamed, like I felt ashamed, but it was because I was telling myself I was rejecting myself. Like I was telling myself that I'm not good enough, there's something wrong with me. If there wasn't something wrong with me, he would have contacted me, he would have wanted to go on a second date.
So you're taking it completely personal.
Completely, and to the point where I was really upset, like ridiculous.
I remember a few times when you would be, but I would just think, nah, who cares? Like, because I've just got a completely, like, I take things personal and like completely that you wouldn't take personal. You'd be like,
but it's not even that you like. It's not even that you like the person that much.
No, because most of the times I was thinking, why are you even bothered? Because I was thinking,
it's
not.
Yeah, but it's not. It's like if they responded, I would feel good enough. It's not about them or them being so amazing. It's about their not wanting to be with me or continue speaking to me means that I'm not good enough in my mind. And that was
because it's just the lies that your mind is just telling yourself over and over, and it's just like ridiculous because we cause our own misery. Like literally cause our own misery most of the time.
I used to have it with when I first met Faisal as well, because he has the blue ticks on his phone, like
I've got them
on WhatsApp. And when we first met, he had a really busy job, so we'd message like long messages, and then he'd open it in the morning, like because I'd send it in the evening.
Because he's opened it.
And because he'd seen it, I'd be like, oh, he's opened it, and then I'm fine, like 5 hours later, whatever, I'm fine. And then I'm like, but it's 6 p.m. now, we finished work. in my head, I'm not saying anything, but it's there in my head. And then it gets like 7. I'm like, okay, I'll go to the gym, I'll do a workout, I'll come back. I will have messaged by then. It's like and then I get a phone call, and he's like, oh, hey, Cal, sorry I didn't message. I was really busy at work. I was out my friends, blah, blah. And I'm like panicking because he's not replied. But it's just his, it was his sort of nature. And I was anxious because I was telling myself that whole time that he didn't like me anymore and he didn't want to pursue me or speak to me anymore. That was basically why I was feeling anxious. And then over like the next couple of weeks, I thought, this is just the way he behaves. Like this is his sort of pattern of behaviour. And then it just goes away once you stop telling yourself that it's about you, because it had nothing to do with me. It was just the way he communicated with people.
Because it's funny because I did used to feel that as well, but I think it's because our generation was quite new to the phones, wasn't it? So we were like thinking, well, before someone rang and you'd think, has anyone rang me when you got home? Whereas now we're like, well, they've got no excuse not to be
Exactly.
buying, but obviously we have, because we need downtime from we need to put our, like sometimes I get messages and look at my phone, I've got about 10 messages from my mum. Where are you? I'm worried sick, I'm thinking of sending someone round. It's 10 minutes and I've not replied because I'm in the bath or I'm on the toilet or something, and I'm thinking, oh my god, like what the hell is going on? Like, because it's like she's thinking, how dare she, where is she, I need to know. And I think she doesn't realise that just because you've got a phone doesn't mean that someone's thinking about someone 24/7, just because but I'd be getting called selfish because I'm not.
That's like, yeah, and I think as well, because in these situations where you've messaged someone or rang someone and they haven't responded, you're helpless over whether they respond or not. It's like once you've let that message go or you've rang the phone and they've not answered, you are completely helpless to whether they reply. You have no control over that whatsoever. And I think if you're not taking responsibility for your feelings, that helplessness will get covered up with anger, and then it'll be projected onto the other person.
Because it is the same sort of people that do, over now that I can spot the people that are going to do stuff like that. Because obviously if I've messaged like Jay and don't get a reply, I know he's busy, he's doing something, like because I just know that he is. And the same with me, like, and I just feel like it's like it is like an insecurity that needs to be worked on, isn't it, with taking things personally. It's like a serious personal issue and not about the other people, and it's something that we have to work on, because it's a little bit of woundedness, isn't it?
And you're
more than others.
You're taking it personally because you think it's about you. And that is a wound, because not everything is about you. You're not thinking about the other person in that moment. All you're thinking about is me.
I know.
But there are instances where, for example, say you've been consistently mean and nasty to someone and acted in not, and I'm not saying the level of abuse, but I'm saying quite mean and nasty over a period of time, and that person decides to just stop speaking to you, then you should take their withdrawal personally, and you should look at your own behaviour. You've not caused them to withdraw, because someone else in that situation might not withdraw, they might stay. If they're a caretaker or something, they might just stay. But you should take their behaviour personally, because you were not innocent in that situation.
Exactly. But people like that are consistently nasty and unaware probably wouldn't even be in the realm to be able to take and even if it was pointed out to them, they'd be like, no, not me.
They blame everyone else. It's so true.
Because I just say, oh, sorry, I'm busy. Well, you should answer your bloody phone. I'm wondering what's going on here, nearly getting people sent out to look for you. Not coming out to look for me yourself.
Oh wow. You need another number for these people, Jet, so you can have them ringing another phone.
I know. Oh, that's gone cold.
So what do you do when you've taken something personally? Like, how do you realise that it's not about you? Like, what do you...
now like with the inner bonding and stuff like that, then I can think, oh shit, I need to calm down, because you can feel it and you can sort of not react on it. But before, any of this, and before we knew, then clearly we would obviously react with you block, delete, and me like taking things taking things personal. But it's just it's just a matter of just actually just recognizing it and realizing that it's our feeling. And that even if someone has deliberately thought, oh, I'm not going to ring you back, or I'm not going to, or they are playing games, because some people on, when just these people dating, it's not completely, they're not completely deluded. People do play games, don't they? And try and, when they're wounded as well. But then that's not someone you want to be dating anyway.
No, exactly.
Who's clearly got issue, if they're playing games like that, they've clearly got.
You want them to leave your life.
You want them to leave you alone. You don't want to be around someone like that. So it's probably a good thing. So if they are playing games, you need to just be more with your instinct and aware that, too many times this has happened for yourself. Then you need to walk away and realize that, it's not a relationship you want to be in anyway. But if it's you being sort of paranoid, where someone's actually, consistently fine, and then one time they don't message back straight away, or in a time limit that's become a pattern, then you do need to stop and think, oh yeah, maybe I'll just ask them, are they okay, or let them know how you feel and whatever, but not in a blaming way.
Yes. And what would you say when you've taken something personally, what's the feeling you get inside?
Shame.
Okay, so do you feel like sort of flush in the face, like a bit
bright red, crimson, and then like this was, now it'd be crimson, and then right, why am I feeling so wounded? Like, what the hell's going on? Okay. Nothing's happened. Before, crimson with embarrassment, crimson with anger.
Before mine would be just crimson with tears, a flood of tears.
Mine, I can't cry until I'm really mad. So when I'm mad, if I'm crying, then I'm past it. I'm gone.
Now I think I go. So when I've taken something personal in the last couple of since practicing inner bonding, I recognise it straight away, because I can feel when I'm open, my body feels like loose and mobile and not the greatest word, but that's the only word I thought of. But when I've taken something personal, my neck gets so tight here, and then my chest, it feels like it's closing in. It's really weird, but it's my neck and my chest, I can feel it in.
I feel it.
Like my whole upper body, this part goes tight and hot, and I feel hot, and I think it's anger at myself for judging myself about the situation. But I'm not letting it out, so it's all like
that's why I think I'm going red and embarrassed, because I go all hot, my ears go bright red, like literally I physically change colour. I go crimson with because even I swear to God, even when I've had a nerve hit and it's been say something I've read or something I've heard or something, the kids will say, Mum, are you all right? They know instant, and I'll go, yeah, I'm absolutely fine. Oh, you don't look all right, you look a bit stressed. And I'm not even saying anything, but I must be literally livid.
But
it's showing
energy as well,
it's the energy's just zooming off.
It completely changes when this,
I know when you are though.
You can tell,
I'm like, oh shit, she's quiet,
she's upset, oh my God, something's not right. But I don't see the point in discussing it unless I know it's not me taking it personally.
That's now, but but even because you're a lot further, you're further along in it than me, so I'm obviously just quite a newbie to it, so I'm still angry, straight to anger.
Yeah.
So the beetrootness comes on, the crimson, and then next minute, no, I'm angry. And if I don't rein control of that, that can go out of control.
But that's when you need to do the inner bonding process and not just say, because a lot of people, and I used to do this as well, I shouldn't be angry, and I push it down, and the anger's there to tell you something. It's there to
Because
tell
we're
you.
angry with, I thought I was angry at other people, but I wasn't. I was
No.
angry at myself, and that's what I didn't actually realise, because I'd be thinking, no, but that's what people that around us that still live in their wounded self, and probably always will do, will always be angry.
Yeah.
Because they're never gonna be,
and until they start taking responsibility for the feelings, because it's your anger. So you need to say, okay, it's my anger. What would I do to create this anger?
Yeah.
And it's because
what are we telling ourselves?
Yeah, what are we telling ourselves? Or you could be not telling yourself something, but you might be giving yourself up. So say, for example, when you do the pots, when you really don't want to do them right now, but you're doing them and you're pissed off in the moment.
Yeah, no one else.
That's because you're caretaking. And like you're caretaking.
Yeah, so you're giving yourself up. So you're angry at yourself because you're giving yourself up.
Yeah, because in that moment you didn't want to wash the pot.
Yeah.
But in order to look like a good mum or a good person,
wifey,
a good wife, you wash the pot.
Because it is embedded in us, especially women. Like, you know, it's like a guilt thing. And I'm thinking, I don't want to do everyone's work, but it's my job. But it isn't.
But it's not. It's not. And you have to really learn to not do it, even if it's annoying that it's there. You've just got to let it go and be like, do you know what, there's a dirty pot. Or what I learned from Dr. Margaret is, if someone leaves stuff around, like clothes or whatever, and it's there for like days, I pick it up and put it in their wardrobe. Don't care whether it's dirty or not, I just put it in the wardrobe. Because I'm sorry, but you've been asked to pick it up. You've clearly not picked it up. You've just left it there. It's going in your wardrobe. I'll shut the door. I don't care. It doesn't annoy me. And it's in there. And then they take it out.
They've got to wear some dirty goods.
Dirty shirt. Well, I don't. That's your problem. You should have picked it up.
You should be in the washing basket.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and the same with pots, really. Like, if it's there for days and days, what she says is, get a box, put all the dirty pots in, and put it in the person's room because that's the way that you're not giving yourself up by doing the pots, and you're not harming them. You're just giving it
because they'll think you're being nasty, but that's their issue.
You're not. You're just saying, there you go, there's your
there's your pots, your dirty washing.
When you're ready. But I want a clean.
But it is weird how it's in us to do it, and to kind of just think, oh, it's just easier just to do it. And then I just feel like I've just completely given myself up and just had the piss taken out of me.
Yeah, but that's not, no one's making you do it. And that's the problem. Like, it is ingrained in some way that it's our responsibility.
It's our fault as a woman to do it.
That it's our problem, and that it's our job to do it, but it's not our job. And if someone does leave it there, no one's disrespecting you because they've left pots or they've left something around. That's their nature. You know, that is how they act, and maybe they'll never change. Maybe
and obviously we just wouldn't live with them, would we? We'd just leave them. What if it's a partner, or if it's a child, you know, a son, and then you just think, well, not my problem because you're not living in my house. Because you've got to take, you know, care of yourself, and obviously it's not fair. And if someone that's where the suppose like the loving behaviour comes for yourself, because if someone's being unloving consistently, then eventually you're going to have to make rules, aren't you, around your,
Well,
you know,
that's
obviously it's
basically.
different when it's children, I suppose, because obviously you've got to, you know, you're teaching them to do
It
stuff
is, but
they're not
even
going
with
to
a
know.
child, you can teach them all you
Yeah.
want, but it doesn't mean that they're going to turn out in the way you want.
No, but eventually, I mean, when they're adults, then you can go
They'll
goodbye
leave.
without feeling, yeah, they can leave, or you can, you know,
Yeah,
you can say,
exactly.
no,
You
I
don't
can't, that's it now.
have to live with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think
It is a hard one because people, yeah, because it's a caretaking thing, isn't it? That's embedded in us.
And that's what can happen
Responsible.
sometimes when you take things personally as well. So say, for example, someone's mean to you and you do take it personally, then you can start to caretake that person. So whenever they're mean, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that, I'll make up for it, blah blah blah. And that's, you're taking responsibility for their feelings.
Yeah.
Which, because you're taking it personally, because you're blaming yourself, you're telling you it's your fault.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of struggles around taking things personally, but I definitely think that doing the inner bonding process, like whenever you feel that tightness or that crimson redness coming, it really helps. It's like a huge help. And then over time it reduces that feeling, so you'll feel it for like a few seconds, it'll go and then you'll relax and it'll disappear. But it's a consistent awareness of your body. Like, you have to be aware of how you're feeling all the time.
Because otherwise you just go feel and then go instantly react, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. And that's because people they ignore the feelings all day, every day, and then blame other people for them. That's basically what we do usually, unless we're aware of our feelings and take responsibility for them.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
right,
exactly.
Jem. Well, that's it for this week. We'll be back again on Thursday next week, and the topic is to be decided, but we'll let you know. So yeah, if you have any questions, just message us or comment below on the video. Or if you have any particular topics that you want us to discuss, message in. Or if you'd like to join us on the journey, then message us. We'd love to have you.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Okay. See you next week. Bye.